Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is a doctor under oath.
All the time.
I'd like to ask you the same thing I asked the other doctor. What's a woman?
It sounds like an easy question, but it's a complicated question.
Explain.
No.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
It's not that complicated, but okay.
Tell me the complicated answer.
Okay, so when we look at biological sex, most people fall into male or female. There's multiple different ways to determine what sex you are. We look at chromosomes, we look at internal sexual organs, we look at external genitalia, we look at hormone levels, we look at various different genetic abnormalities, we look at gender identity, lots of different things.
That's difficult. That's like saying, is that orange? Because it looks orange. No, not really, because it's yellow and pink mixtures, maybe, depending where it's coming from. Maybe it is actually orange, but the orange was very dark and more yellow was added. And maybe the yellow identified as green. I'm like, okay, bro.
For most of us, those things line up. We call that cisgender. Some folks, they don't line up.
No. I asked you about sex. What's a woman? That's a sex, not a gender.
Well,
There's a difference.
Our
Good point.
last expert said that a woman was somebody who produces ova. That definition is very limited.
But you're combining gender and sex in your medical.
Now I'm talking about sex.
Okay, you asked one question to talk about something else. Okay, and then you were talking about both.
A woman is not just somebody who produces ova.
Yes, it is. Go tell that to my wife. She would get so pissed. And I know the argument is going to be, what about if they can produce the egg? You still are the vessel. If you look like a Lamborghini but you don't have the engine, hey, you look like a Lamborghini.
What about the woman with androgen sensitivity who is genetically XY and doesn't have ovaries, but feels like she's a woman, looks like she's a woman, doesn't
What
realize?
percentage?
This is so stupid. Do you really think that if my wife could not have any babies anymore, I don't see her as a woman? It's such a stupid point to me. It's like, the fact that you think that I only judge my wife by what she can do as a woman, that is not the point. You can have a woman that have specific parts that don't function. But you're like, well, I'm going to use that argument because you only value a woman because she can make a baby? Are you freaking kidding me? I don't know, man. It's like, the fact that you think like that, you're just saying that I'm a very shallow person.
What percentage of the population is that?
It's not common. I
Yeah.
don't know what the
So
percentage
let's
is.
just use the regular, everyday, run-of-the-mill. What's a woman? You say it's complex. Let me tell you, I'm retired from the Army. I'm not going to claim to be the smartest guy in the room, but I can tell you what a woman is all day long, and I can tell you what a man is. My 4-year-old son can tell you what a man and a woman is, and so can my 6-year-old daughter.
Yeah, let me go grab some nuts really quick before I answer that.
No, we don't have any nuts.
No, I think I have a stash.
No, I have to go to the store.
These nuts.
Yeah, you're a medical professional telling me it's complicated. And then you're the one that is doing these surgeries to children.
I'm not doing any surgeries.
Well, then you're...
But you are advising on the surgery. You do. So there's going to be a point where somebody's going to identify in a specific way. Like, hey, I feel a little that I like pink. I like to play Barbies. I like how the hair moves underwater. You have a woman's voice. I don't confront people a lot. I don't like fighting. And then someone's going to be like, well, if you really like to play with girls and you want to identify like a girl, you don't like to play with boys, or you actually like the boys, I'm kind of in love with this boy because he's a very good friend. It does lead that when people ask you proper advice, I don't think you gave them proper advice. You gave them proper agenda.
You're using puberty blockers, am I wrong?
I use hormones.
Okay. But you can't define a man or a woman, but my 4- and 6-year-old can all day long. They don't even have to talk about XY chromosomes and double 2X chromosomes. They don't have to talk about that. But I have a medical professional that's gone to school for probably at least 12 years and done residency for 4 is my guess. And you can't define it, and that concerns the heck out of me. Can a man have a baby?
Yes.
It's more like, how can I properly say this without sounding in a way that they don't understand me? But if they don't, I still look like the intelligent person because only I can understand what is XY chromosomes. And if they can never find out because they don't have the material to identify it, if somebody just says I'm a woman or a man, they have to just go along with it. I find that weird.